Hello, my friends. I want to expand a little bit on a video I did, I think about a week ago, because I've gotten more views and comments and likes on that than anything I've done for the last year. So, of course, that makes me curious, and it makes me also realize that there is a great need to hear this and maybe have it confirmed in your own experience. And the title of that YouTube is Why Nothing Works Anymore. And the link is up here. Uh, and then also about what it is, something that there's something happening that we're not aware of that makes this actually be real in many people's experiences. So when you are identified with, let's say, a job or a way of being where you're fully identified with it, and this is your separate sense of self who has taken on its own identity separate from the divine. It goes out, lives its life, and is doing everything, of course, it can to be successful, to make money, to be loved and liked and all that stuff. And there's no questioning it. There's like, this is who I am and this is what I do. There's no reflection on like, who is this? Why am I doing this? We don't question things, right? We just go along because everybody else does it. To me, that is a very clear expression of the matrix, where we are all being programmed to just, it's like you step in a boat called the matrix and you just go along for the ride, and you just go like, oh, nice here, oh, that's hard, and never questioning that you are on a boat called the matrix. It's like that has not been present in most of us for most of our lives. Luckily, it is becoming more present to many people, and the way it shows up, it's like, I just this is not right for me. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I in this job? Why am I in this relationship? Why am I doing this? Why am I telling myself these stories? And that's where it's like our awareness starts turning back on ourselves as a reflection, where we can start noticing what we're doing. And it's like a shock sometimes. At least down the road you go like, what was going on? How could I do that? How could I believe that? And that is when your own consciousness comes online, where before just um, you were just a gray cell in the matrix, and just following along, just like a tumbleweed, not questioning left, right, up, down, just doing it. So if you're beginning to question that, and that often comes as, that question like, is this all there is? I'm sure you've heard that before, because that's something that we all have to face at some time. And that is a big revelation when we actually have that question and turn it back on ourselves. So I've heard from several people where they are like, one shared with me that she's actually been doing this deeper work for a long time. She's been coach and a healer, but she needed to step back to make money because of her children and school and everything. So she did that for a while, and then recently she stepped out of that again because she doesn't need that amount of money right now because her kids are grown up. So the, the, the story is about that she's noticing that she has basically felt cut off from the channeling and the wisdom and whatever came through her that she was teaching and sharing. She feels like she really needs to work at getting back into that flow. And it's very interesting because we're both aware, we're talking about like, this is basically what happens in the corporate world, that you get so sucked in. You have to do this and you have to be on time and you have to have these meetings, and you're just like pulled out of your true self if you don't have a good solid base in that. So for her, she's just taking some time to just really come back, listen, connect, and she was aware how challenging it actually is. So if you are in one of these corporate jobs or whatever, something that's not right for you, it's because you're pulled into it. It's like a magnet almost that pulls us in. We have to make money, we have deadlines, we have to be successful, and we get lost in that. That is the matrix. And it is when you are fully identified in the matrix, it can be hard to hear what I'm saying because your connection to the divine may be so far away in your experience. I mean, it's only a snap of a finger away. It can't be away, but we have turned away from it and we basically have lost touch. So when somebody talks about, spirituality, the divine, whatever it is, or the way I speak, some people just shake their heads. Now there's something wrong with you, girl. And that's simply because they're not connected and they don't even know that they want to connect or that they or how to connect back because there is not that longing in them or that movement like my God, I'm done here. Let me go back home. So I think when I shared like why are things not working anymore, this is to me a wake-up call coming from life to show us that that world does not work anymore because there is a new one coming in. And if you are not feeling that new one coming in, I would invite you to just go into your heart and ask yourself, is this how I want to live my life? And really, really ask from deep down, not from here, because your mind may say, yeah, you have to make money, you're successful, people like you. But inside, like this is just not right for me anymore. And so, in that situation, I think it's so important to have people on that same frequency who have stepped out or who are stepping out of the matrix to kind of cheer for you and support you and see you, confirm what you're experiencing. Because in the matrix, you're not going to be confirmed. You're going to be made like you must be crazy. What's wrong with you? You have a great job. Why are you not grateful? And they say you just need to hang in there a little longer and work a little harder, and you may do that because if you don't have somebody out here saying you're actually spot on, you'll believe what they say, and so you may try harder. Maybe it's just me and you just suppress this deeper feeling and longing and knowing. You just keep suppressing it, you work harder, and you might take another round where you get totally lost in it. You might get a promotion. There might be some really good things that you go like, oh yeah, this is great, this is great. And the more you go there, the more you lose connection with what is true for you. So it's kind of it's a tricky one. It's tricky if you do not have a real solid trust in what's going on inside of you. And I think that's why it was so lovely to see a lot of people commenting on that video where they feel like, yeah, I've been feeling that too, and it's so nice to have it confirmed. And that is what's happening. And then we can take a next step out of the matrix and into our heart, into our longing, into what we know is true. So I really want to see if I can support you in any way to trust what you know. This is so important, guys. And the matrix will make you not trust what you know. That's why my friend said it's almost like that whole thing she'd been doing for some years, it had faded away and she wasn't really connected with it anymore. And then it takes some time to come back in. But because she had the experience previously, she knew it. She already knew it. But if it is new for you and you feel, I'm done with this, I literally am done with this, and you don't know where to go next, it's tempting to stay where you know what you know is not right for you anymore. So just think about, is there somewhere in your life? And it can be any area. It could be where you're living, could be your family situation. Um, it can be anything. It's, we go for convenience and safety. Those are really strong in most of us. At least I have enough money and at least I can pay my bills, but I'm deeply unhappy. So this is the old matrix, the old paradigm crumbling. And I think it's so important for us all to really realize that it is crumbling, but it's not going willingly. There's still a lot of things like within the matrix, within the people who run the matrix, who want to be in control of it all, whoever is controlling them to do that. There's like, okay, well, let's try this and let's try that. So right now in the world, things are really amped up, right? There's these crazy things that are being suggested now. They're like, what? How can that be possible? That's because the old paradigm is trying to just, oh, let's bring in some more ammunition. Let's try and control them more. Always like, oh, they're slipping away. They're beginning to listen to what's true for them. We can't have that. So let's pump some more fear and whatever it is into the world so people stay committed to the matrix. When you see that, I hope that will make you go like, oh, that's why it's so tempting to stay there. And it's very addictive, right? I talked yesterday about, being addicted to the news, to know what's going on. That's the matrix pulling us in to engage in the matrix and what is going on. It's a very strong pull. It's not just a little thought. It's like, no, you can feel it in your body. And when you engage in it, like I shared yesterday, there is like, it gives me some kind of a feeling of something that feels good. It's like, oh, my team is winning, or, oh my God, look what's happening here. It feeds us some kind of an emotion. And that emotion is what the matrix needs to stay alive. So, pulling back from our attachment, our emotional attachment to the matrix, that's where you will find your freedom. And that's something you have to work with. That's why I'm offering, if you need some support in that, please reach out to me. Because this is what I've been trained to do, to really help people be present in their experience. And then it can start dissolving and softening. And you're also welcome. I know it's last minute notice, but tomorrow is my monthly online gathering called Feel Your Deepest Longing, Find Your Spiritual Calling. It's the same. When you go in here and feel that, then you'll start realizing, oh my God, that's my own soul. That's my own source connection calling me home, showing me what I'm supposed to do. It's like there's a calling, right? The divine is calling you here. So it's like, come, come. And that's when what you're feeling. It's also a term called um, divine discontent. And when we start feeling that divine discontent, it's because the divine is calling us. We're not content with this out here anymore. It becomes empty and like a drag. It's like, oh my God, what a way to waste my life. So that's that discontent we feel is good. And I want to say, please listen to that. And then start listening to what the divine has in store for you instead. Now, this is what we're going to go through collectively. And the more of us who are already aware of it now and can start really, jumping ship back to the divine, then there's more of us bringing that new energy in. And this new energy, which is light, that will help dissolve the darkness of the matrix. And the more we do that, the more the matrix or the old paradigm is crumbling. That's what I'm saying. It is crumbling. Don't try and raise it up again. We don't want it. It's over. But what is not over is the new that's coming in. And that is what you feel right here as a longing. Okay, I hope that clarifies a little more about what I've been talking about. But as you can probably hear, I'm on fire about this. It's like this is given to me every single day, and I'm on fire. It's like it just wants to be spoken. And it's such a blessing, when you really start stepping in to your calling, there's so much energy in it, and it feels really good. All right, my friends, until we talk again, have a great day.